Hello, Brick Sculptors. Welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today we have an exciting new video for our Brick Sculpt Tree Sculptor series. That's right, this is a leafless tree. We are doing a dead or winter small tree. I'm going to show you a couple different designs. These are a lot of fun to build, but first I want to talk about the trees I have in front of you here. If you watch this channel, you know I've done a lot of small trees, and these four are ones I've done pretty extensively on this channel. I even did a video comparing all these trees. But one thing about these trees, they look great when they have leaves on them, but if you need to make a leafless version, these aren't going to work. You see, underneath all these leaves, the structure is specific to building it just like this, and you can't just pop the leaves off and have a good-looking dead tree. No, when you want to build a dead tree or a tree that is when winterized and lost all its leaves, you have to make the structure underneath specific for a leafless tree, and it's more complicated than it might seem. One of the trickier things to do in Lego trees. Now, this came up because I was recently winterizing the Lego bike shop. If you watch my stuff, you'll have seen that mock before, and I had to put some leafless trees on there, and I thought it'd make for a good video for this series. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have to make here. First of all, this tree is quite simple. It's only going to use 5 different parts. And here I have examples. Number 1, 1x1 round plate with open stud in reddish brown. You'll notice I have 6 parts on here because these two are interchangeable. This is the optimal part, I believe, which is this older flower piece in reddish brown, but these are kind of hard to get, kind of expensive, and most sellers don't have many of them. So a good substitute is a dark red flower, and you'll see this when I build the tree. I'm going to use all dark red flowers, but these are, I think they do look better, but they're kind of hard to come by. So this works as well too, and it's easier to get. I'll post both in the description. Small 3-stem piece, large 3-stem piece, and candlesticks. So really you just need 5 of these. You need one of these 2 options and these. I have all the quantities listed down in the description. We're going to make a leafless tree and an expanded version to make it bigger. And then I'm going to show you a few other cool things you can do with it. So let's go ahead and get a base here. Now for this tree, I'm going to start by building the entire trunk. It starts very simple, 1x1 round plate with open stud in reddish brown right on the base. We're going to follow that up with 2 candlesticks, reddish brown, link them together, stick it right there in the base, and that is our trunk. Now keep in mind, I'm going to give you the blueprint to make one of these. Take it and run with it. You know, I get a lot of people that ask for directions, ask for instructions, ask for parts lists. But the whole point of these videos, yes, is to help you guys build some stuff and learn some things, but it's also to inspire creativity. So take this design and make it your own. That's kind of part of the fun. For the middle section of this tree, 2 3-stem pieces stacked together, right on top of our candlesticks. Another candlestick in the middle, 1 3-stem piece, another candlestick right on top, another 3-stem piece, another candlestick, and at the top, we're going to do 2 3-stem pieces like this, and one of the small 3-stem pieces right in the middle. And this is going to build the core of our tree. So we've got our top on there, and then here we can build off of these branches and get our tree going here. Our next layer will look like this. You start with the flower piece, and again, you can use the reddish brown old school flowers or dark red in the newer flowers. 1x1 round with open stud right on top. This is going to create the connection point to build these kind of trees. So this technique is how you're going to branch off of the central portion here. The flower allows you to connect to the stems. The 1x1 round allows you to connect to more 3-stem pieces. So that's going to be the next thing we put in. Candlestick in the middle. Another 3-stem piece. And then a small 3-stem right in the end. So that is our first branch, and we're going to make 3 of these. They're all identical, and this is going to be our first layer of our tree. So on the very bottom 3-stem here, we're just going to put these all the way around, and they'll have a nice natural angle on them, and it's already starting to look pretty good, I think. You do have a slightly strange connection here, but in the end, it's not very noticeable. I think it looks pretty good. Next layer. This layer is going to start the same. Take our flower, 1 by 1 round with open stud right on top, just like the previous layer. 1 3-stem piece right on top. Another 3-stem piece right there. And our small 3-stem right in the middle. So just kind of a smaller version of that first layer. Again, we're going to make 3 of these. And we're going to put them on this next layer up. So we're going to skip this one. These are going to stay bare. I'm going to go up to these ones here. Just like that, all the way around. And that completes our first bare tree. And if you take this and put it next to something like this, it kind of looks like how that might look if all the leaves were off. They're pretty similar in size, but you can see the structure is very different. Now next I want to show you how you can expand this tree, make it larger. So I actually have a second one here, already built. And we're just going to add a couple layers. So we're going to build our original design, and we're just going to pull the top off of the trunk, and we're going to add layers in here. So very simple to do. And again, this is a basic instruction, basic parts list. Order this stuff up, play with it. You know, make your own design, make it how you want to make it. And I think you'll be really happy with how this technique works because it's very simple. So for the expansion, we're going to start by extending the trunk. And the way we're going to do that, 3-stem piece, candlestick, 2 more 3 stems, 1 more candlestick. Just like that. And I should mention this expansion uses the exact same pieces. There's nothing new, just a higher quantity. Now we're going to add 2 more layers to this tree. The branch we're going to make is going to be the same for both layers. Here's how you build it. Start with your flower and your 1 by 1 round, just like every other layer. 3-stem piece, candlestick. 3-stem piece, candlestick. 3-stem piece, small 3-stem piece. That is our basic branch. We're going to make 6 of these, and that's going to fill out the larger, lower portion of this tree. We're going to start on the very first layer down here. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to move up here to this next layer on the lower one. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to leave that next one blank. And then from here, we can take our previous tree design, stick it right down in the middle, and you have a nice, large, leafless tree. Pretty cool. And of course, you can make this as big as you want. You can get creative with it, make it different shapes, sizes, colors, whatever works for you. Again, I just want to give you the basic blueprint here on how to build one of these. So what else can be done with this? Now, these are obviously leafless, but let's say we're building a spring build. Well, if you're going to make a budding tree, you're going to want to build it on something like this that shows a lot of branches, as opposed to something like this that shows a lot of leaves. So let's take the same design and cover it in buds. It'll look like this. This is just covered in light green flowers. I did change one thing in this tree, and I'll show you what it is. I swapped out all of the the tiny 3-stem pieces for this piece. Now this piece is an official Lego piece, but they don't make it in this color. And I do not advise anyone buy these made from Lego because they are stupid expensive and incredibly hard to find. But it is a great piece nonetheless. And if Lego were smart, and if Lego listened to Brick Sculpt, they would continue to make that piece. I don't think they make it anymore. And if they do, it's really hard to find. Anyway, this is a Go Bricks piece. And I will link in the description where to buy these if you're interested in getting these, because Lego has kind of ruined that piece, but Go Bricks makes it, and that's awesome. I swapped out those on the ends, and that's what allows me to get a cluster of 3 flowers right on the end. So same design as this, but I switched out the small 3-branch for the Go Bricks 3 branch. And then I just selected whatever color flower I want in there. I've got a green one here. You can also do white. If you're doing like a crabapple tree or a peach tree, fruit tree, you could do some pink flowers. I've done, one of my videos, I did a Georgia peach tree with a mixture of light pinks. It looked really good. So you can get creative with it, but just a couple other ideas you can do with this same tree design. And of course, this would also work on a larger tree as well. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.